Welcome to Moments Almanac, a time to remember the people, places, and events that leave fingerprints on the soul. Today is June 28th, 2026. Some people carry buckets and some people carry books. Both can save lives. Today's two moments happened 16 centuries apart, but together they ask the same quiet question. What does this moment need? And will somebody carry it? On June 28th, sometime around the year 202, a bishop named Irenaeus of Lyon died. We don't know exactly how. Some traditions say that he was martyred. Others say that he simply died an old man. But we know what he carried. Irenaeus grew up in Smyrna. He learned from Polycarp, and Polycarp had learned from John the Apostle himself. He carried the living thread of witness across the Roman world until he became the Bishop of Lyon in what is now France. Then came teachers who claimed there were many other gospels, or only one worth trusting, or that salvation belonged to those who had secret knowledge. Irenaeus stood up. He wrote a book against heresies. He defended the faith handed down from the apostles, and he became the earliest Christian writer we know of to clearly affirm Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John together as the four authoritative gospels. You could say he carried the word through a world that was trying to rewrite it. He carried what the moment required. Okay, now let's switch gears and go to a different century, different burden, a different kind of faithfulness. On June 28th, 1778, a woman named Mary Ludwig Hays stood on a battlefield in Monmouth, New Jersey. The day was brutally hot, well over 100 degrees. Soldiers collapsed from exhaustion before enemy fire ever reached them. Mary walked back and forth from a spring at the edge of the battlefield, carrying water to men too weary to stand. And then her husband fell beside his cannon and she stepped into his place. She carried what the moment required. So two people, 16 centuries apart, doing the same plain and necessary thing. One carried water so men could fight. One carried the word so the church could survive. Neither probably imagined history would ever remember them. Mary was described by people who knew her as an uneducated woman who smoked, swore, and wasn't much for ceremony. Irenaeus admitted in his own writing style that it was rough and unpolished. Neither looked extraordinary. They simply picked up what was needed and moved toward the need. One carried water that would last an hour, and one carried words that have lasted 2,000 years. Then Jesus speaks of something even greater. He speaks to a weary woman standing beside a well. He said, "Whoever drinks of the water that I will give him will never be thirsty again." Living water, a spring that never runs dry. Irenaeus, he spent his life making sure that invitation stayed clear and true and findable for generations yet to come. Mary spent one scorching afternoon making sure exhausted soldiers could keep going. Most of us will never defend the faith before false teachers like Irenaeus did. Most of us will never stand beside a cannon on a battlefield. But every day, God places something into our hands. It's either a conversation or a meal to someone who's hurting, or a burden, or a child who needs our attention, or a discouraged friend. The question isn't whether history will remember us. The question is simply this: what does this moment need? And will I carry it? That's the question. And that's Scattered Moments for today, June 28th, 2026. Until tomorrow, take care. Notice the scattered moments and share the grace.